Elden Ring's final boss may not be the most challenging of the bunch to take down, but it's far from being one of the easiest bosses in the game either. Both Radagon of the Golden Order and the Eldenbeast are designed completely differently, and since you have to fight one right after the other, it can be tough to adapt your playstyle to each boss in the final battle. With that said, defeating these bosses isn't too tricky once you know what to expect from each of them, as well as what their weaknesses are. If you want to know how to defeat the final boss in Elden Ring, well, you're in luck, because we've done a research and made a complete guide to help you defeat Radagon of the Golden Order and the Eldenbeast, Elden Ring's final bosses. These general tips will help you prepare and plan for your final battle with Radagon and the Eldenbeast in Elden Ring, as well as give you an idea of what to expect from each of the bosses. Are you ready to find out? Well then, let's begin. Defeating the bosses in Elden Ring isn't always too difficult because not all of them are that resistant to holy damage. Also, Elden Ring has a lot of bosses scattered throughout the game. They can appear in any scene, whether you're on your way to complete the next mission or when you've just finished fighting off a bunch of minions. However, defeating the final bosses is quite a task because they are not like the rest and require you to use precise tactics and strategies to beat them. We are here to provide you with those. These tips will help you defeat not only Radagon but also the Eldenbeast. So you've found yourself attacking bosses in every nook and corner of the game. However, this hasn't prepared you enough for the final boss fight and you are struggling to take them down. If you look at both Radagon and the Eldenbeast, you should know that they're resistant to holy damage, so it is best to just avoid using it against them. However, holy weapons and spells still do substantial damage to the bosses if you have a powerful faith build. Conversely, both bosses are weak to Scarlet Rot, so use weapons, items, or spells that inflict it if you can. Scarlet Rot will deal a large amount of poison damage over time, making the fight significantly easier for you if you use it. Avoid using faith spells against the Eldenbeast, as it can heal from them. Note that you can use buffing spells, but don't use ones that deal damage. The bosses also deal holy damage, so boost your resistance to holy damage if possible. This can be achieved with armor, the Halidrake Talisman, and certain magic spells such as Divine Fortification. The Mimic Tier Spirit Ash Summon is a strong ally in this fight. It has a lot of health, deals good damage when fully upgraded, and can distract the bosses so that it is easier for you to attack them. The Black Knife Tish Spirit Ash Summon is also effective in this battle. Though he won't do a lot of damage and isn't very tanky, Tish's agile movement and frequent dodges allow him to distract the bosses significantly, giving you multiple openings to attack them. Elden Ring. How to beat Radagon of the Golden Order. The first stage of Elden Ring's final boss battle puts you up against Radagon of the Golden Order, a humanoid enemy with lots of strong holy damage melee attacks. Here's how you can get through this phase of the final battle. Above all, don't panic in this fight. Radagon uses many delayed swings with his hammer that will punish you for roll spamming. Instead, carefully wait for the moments where Radagon commits his attacks, then dodge. Radagon has very high poise, so only attack him a few times between his own attacks. If you get greedy, you'll probably get hit. Whenever Radagon's feet or hammer begin to glow gold, his next attack will create a sizable magical area of effect. Dodge as late as possible, so you avoid the hit and the explosion. Don't dodge too late though, or else you'll be hit by both the physical swing and the magic area of effect. When Radagon's arm glows gold, he will attempt to grab you. Be ready to dodge this. If you are grabbed, Radagon will smash you repeatedly with his hammer, likely killing characters with low vigor quickly. If one of Radagon's attacks leaves behind golden energy, get away from it. It will explode shortly after, dealing significant damage to anyone caught in the blast. Watch for lightning spears. Radagon may throw them if you're far away, and make sure you avoid them. He will either throw one large one that will explode shortly after landing or 5 similar ones that fan out from his position. Once you fully deplete Radagon's health bar, he will fall to the ground, and the Eldenbeast will burst from his body, pull out a sword, and prepare to fight you. How do you beat the Eldenbeast? The Eldenbeast is a large creature with many sweeping physical attacks, lots of magic projectiles, area of effect moves, and high mobility. Here's what you need to know about defeating the Eldenbeast, the true final boss of Elden Ring. If the Eldenbeast begins breathing a dark yellow flame at you, sprint left or right to avoid it. Dodge roll if the flames get too close to you. If the Eldenbeast sends a stream of purple mist at you, sprint away from it. This stream will explode shortly after, so you don't want to be near it when it does. Sprint away from the Eldenbeast if it begins swirling around, creating an enormous haze of purple mist. Like the mist from the previous attack, this mist will also explode shortly after. When the Eldenbeast flies away from you, sprint after it and then dodge the large sweeps it performs with its sword. Weaving through the sword swipes gives you the best chance of not being hit by these attacks. Note that the best time to damage the Eldenbeast is between its sword swipes, as you can score a ton of hits before it attacks again. Try to at least land a full attack combo with your melee weapon, or 3 or 4 sorcery spells during this window. When the Eldenbeast stabs its blade into the ground, run away. The spot where the blade entered the ground will explode shortly afterwards. If the Eldenbeast flies into the air and creates golden rings around you, dodge through the one that moves towards you and sprint outside the outer ring. The inner ring damages you if it hits you and will stop you from escaping the radius of the outer ring, which explodes after several seconds. If the Eldenbeast creates a golden orb that tracks you, run to the left or right. This orb will begin to shoot out small magic projectiles that are best avoided by sprinting left or right. Start spamming dodge rolls if you don't run to the side sharply enough and start getting hit by the projectiles. After several seconds, the orb will disappear. Suppose you manage to avoid the Eldenbeast's numerous magic and physical attacks while taking advantage of the huge damage windows you get after it swings at you with its sword. In that case, you'll eventually come out on top. Congratulations! You've now defeated Elden Ring's final boss and have beaten the game. You can choose which of your unlocked ending to use to end the game. After all of this, you are given the option to begin a new game after selecting your ending. Elden Ring has 6 possible endings, each of which must be unlocked in order to access them, with the exception of the Elden Lord ending. If you found this video helpful, then you surely know what to do. Click that like button below. Also, don't forget to comment a few of your own tips and tricks if you've also successfully slayed the final boss. We would love to know all about it. We've also made a separate video on how to defeat the final boss by using a powerful spell, so make sure to watch that too if you want to know all about it. If you want to continue seeing videos like this, then hit the subscribe button, because we've got all sorts of videos like this that can help you get further ahead in your games. And last but not least, don't forget to press the bell icon so that you won't miss out on the upcoming updates of our new videos, which we post regularly. Till then, thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope to see you in the next video.